What's going on? My name is Ewan Swan, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to find the best Instagram influencers so that you can grow your personal brand or your online store. Let's get started. Okay, hey guys, sorry that I haven't been posting that much in the past week. I did post one video of me and a couple friends in Vegas. We were having such a good time that I really wasn't able to post much. I did post one vlog, which you can see in the previous video. This is a short video of a summation of basically my Snap story as well as some other video clips that I took. But I do apologize that I haven't really posted in the past week. I will post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're back to our usual schedule now, so I just want to make you guys aware of that. But going into the topic that I want to talk about today, finding good Instagram influencers for your personal brand or business, you really need to understand how to search for and utilize tools that will put you in contact with the best influencers. Now this video is just going to be finding those influencers. The next video is going to be about how you can actually contact those influencers and the best way to negotiate prices for a shout out, as well as to manage a relationship if you want to continue to use that influencer. Now, Instagram influencer is a real person on the other side. They may be using their page for a business where they're taking multiple shout outs per week from people, so they're getting money for that, or it may be a brand new person who has never done a shout out before, so you paying them money might actually really interest them if they have a lot of followers and aren't posting shout. So my camera actually did just die, so I'm going to be actually using my phone to record the rest of this video. Please let me know if you actually prefer this camera. I actually think it's better. It's just a Galaxy S camera. So hopefully it is better than the camera that I was using before. But to carry on with what I was talking about, you really want to make sure that you're finding an influencer that, one, fits exactly your product niche or service that you're going to be selling. Two, is a legitimate influencer and isn't just going to scam you. And three, they actually have an engaged following. Now we're going to go through each of those three different things. So starting with number one, you're going to really want to make sure that the influencer is a legitimate influencer, not someone who's going to scam you at all, is a real person who either has a business doing shoutouts or is a new person who really doesn't even have any awareness of shoutouts and may be willing to actually do one for you. So what you really want to do first of all is, excuse me, go to a tool or a website, sorry, called Phlanx.com. That's PHLANX.com. I'll put a link in the description, and then go on there, search the Instagram handle that you're interested in. So for example, if you're doing socks, you'll go on Instagram, look for an Instagram influencer that does socks or takes a bunch of photos of socks, and then find their Instagram handle, take their Instagram handle, go to the Phlanx.com website, and then if you go to their website, you can find their engagement calculator tool, plug in that Instagram handle right there, and then you should be able to see, okay, what is the average amount of comments, the average amount of likes, and then their overall engagement rate that they're getting on that account. So that's how their audience is receiving the content, are they interacting with it. So generally you want a high engagement rate, of course. So anything above, I would say 5 to 8% is really good. If you're getting something below 5%, I would generally stick away from those influencers. And you generally want to see influencers that have at least, starting out, 100K. You can go with influencers that are 50K, I would say, or even 25K. Generally, those influencers will charge you less, but in order to get really good awareness of your product from the shout out that you're going to be buying, I do recommend that you go for 100K followers on the account, or not, 100K followers plus. So how do you actually go about finding these influencers? First of all, let's just cover that. So what I like to do generally is go into Instagram, go to the search bar at the top, and there you can find multiple different things and tools to use in order to find the influencer that you really want to promote your product or service on. So say for example, you're promoting socks, like I said before. So what I would go and do is search hashtag socks, and then what will come up is the posts that have received the most amount of likes or comments, as well as posts that have just recently been posted that are doing really well. Those are posts that Instagram's algorithm has decided, okay, these are really good posts, we're going to promote them at the top of the search that you've done, kind of like Google. So you'll go through each of the accounts, see what kind of content they have. If you feel that they have content that is really similar to yours and you feel that your post will do well, then go ahead and go through the contact process, which I'll talk about here soon. If you're not finding any good influencers through that process, what you can do is when you get to the influencer's profile, there is the little drop down arrow. You will have to follow that person first, I believe, before you can get access to that drop down arrow, but you can unfollow them afterwards if you really want to. But click on that drop down arrow, then what's going to come up beneath is a bunch of suggested accounts that you can follow as well. So you can go through those suggested accounts and then really find out, okay, is this an influencer that I want to work with? Is this an influencer that I want to work with? If they are an influencer already, generally in their bio, which is the description that they have beneath their profile picture, is okay, DM for inquiries or email for inquiries, email for business or something like that. So if they're saying email, you're going to want to go ahead and email them, because they will probably not be checking their DMs much, because they probably already have a bunch of DMs for people just spamming them. But if they're like a newer influencer, as long as they have, like I said, 100K starting out is ideally what you want, then you can go ahead and direct message them, and then you can start that conversation. But that's not something that I'm going to be talking about in this video. That will be the next video. So that's how you find an influencer. That's the way that I find an influencer. There are other methods and ways out there that you can find an influencer. There's multiple other YouTube videos. Just search how to find the best Instagram influencer. But this is the method I've used so far, and it's worked really well for me, so I recommend that you try it out first. So there's one more tool that I want to recommend in order to find out if the influencer is legitimate or not, and that's socialblade.com. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So what this website does is it tracks how the followers of an Instagram account have come in and followed that account over time. So you can see, okay, this influencer hasn't just bought a bunch of followers that are fake, like I described in the previous video, which aren't really engaged with the account at all, or okay, they've received a bunch of likes and comments, so flanks.com might be showing a good engagement rate, but you can see, oh, okay, their followers have really not grown, or if they've really grown rapidly over a couple of days. Generally that means they've bought fake followers. But if you go into socialblade.com, you can see, okay, this person is gaining 200 followers a day, 500 followers a day, something like that, and it's consistent, then that's generally going to be a real account, because that's generally how people follow accounts consistently over time. It's not going to be all at once, because then that's definitely just going to be a bunch of fake followers that account is buying in order to social proof themselves, like I described in the last video. So one more thing that I do want to mention before I close up this video is you can go through this entire process and still end up with a fake influencer, someone who doesn't really have amazing engagement. So what you really can do is go into the account that you're interested in specifically for the shout out, and then go through some of their photos. Click on the first photo and then see, okay, this is a good photo that they've taken, it's not just a crappy one. And then go into the comments section. If they have, I don't know, 25 comments plus, generally that'll be a good sign, but you want to dig a little bit deeper. You can go and see, okay, let's look at everyone who's commenting here. Are these generally real comments, or are they just comments that they bought as well? If it's going to be something that's like, oh, okay, good photo, I like this, good content, great content, something like that, it's generally just going to be a Instagram bot who's leaving those comments, or it's going to be from an engagement group, and that's something I'll discuss in another video, where it's just people who are promoting the content, so to speak, so that it gets to a wider audience, but aren't necessarily engaging with the content or really care that you're selling socks and are interested in buying your socks, for example. So go through that, and then even further, actually click on the profiles of those people that are leaving comments. See if they're actually real people like you and I, and they're not just engagement group accounts, so that's just any other business account that that person is working with in order to spread their content out there, or it's just a random fake follower from Brazil or I don't know, like Indonesia or something like that. So that's the process laid out right now. Like I said, there are other methods to go about finding a good influencer, but this is the one that I use. So that about wraps it up, guys. Please leave a like and a comment down below. Go through the description, there's links there, as well as links for the shirt that I'm wearing. I'm going to be wearing this shirt in every video, as well as another one that I have from Run It Wear Clothing. This is a really good brand, guys. I do recommend that you check them out. There's going to be a link in the description down below. If you're really passionate about a successful life, finding a successful life, and just going out there and killing it on a daily basis. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to contact or direct message, email, what have you, an influencer in order to start that conversation so you can actually buy a shout out, and then they're going to host your content on their page. So that wraps it up for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.